Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no love and that's fine. Fuck local radio stations, I got more plays than all of these rappers combined. I'm going again, I've been going in, I'm fed up with so many things, I gotta just let it all out. I'm talking about the shit they've been talking about, telling me I should do this, telling me I should do that, telling me things about rap, talking the truth and that stab in my back, they will knock me off, the game has been packaging.
I've been keeping it real, I've been doing what I feel, I've been out here trying to kill every beat, I know I will, everything I'm working on, every night another song, they been quiet all along, they gon' notice when I'm gone.
Welcome back once again. Well, new location, but the same show. But kind of not the same show. We are two-time award-winning VCA Best Internet Show.
Yep, absolutely.
Not only that, but yesterday before this recording, we went over some statistics. And let me tell you, No False Finish was one of the top
Most Googled and YouTube searched
about XCW.
Yeah.
One like the top 5.
It was top 5, yeah.
So we're getting big. We're back for season 3. Now I really don't know if there'll be a season 4.
Come on.
But one thing I know for sure, episode 10 is gonna be a heater. It's gonna trump all of season 2 just with that one episode. How are you doing today, Mr. Match of the Year?
Match of the year. How weird is that to say? Well, I've been down and out. I've been sick for the last couple weeks. Keeping hydrated, trying to get back into to some XCW mindset. We're just a few weeks away from season open, so.
And I do want to say, hopefully you have the thing with your dad going on. I do want to say I hope Mark does get better and things turn out to be positive in the end. But we're going to get right into it. We're here with episode 1, and we're here to talk about not XCW. We're going to talk about the 2 promotions that are tribe-rated with XCW, where we're using some of their superstars, and we're kind of all intermingled here. I'm talking about FWL, Future Wrestling Legends, correct?
Yes.
And XAWA. And XAWA travels all the way from New Paris, Ohio, just to be a part of our show. So, we're going to start off with FWL. We're going to get right into it. FWL, the first part of the Tri-Brain companies to come in. Explain how FWL came to be.
So this is a pretty unique story. This actually began a couple years ago. There was a match. You probably remember this. There was a match for Mr. Summermania Cup between DJ Wolbert and Brendan Stickle. And on our official Facebook page, we had posted the hype promo leading into their match for Summermania.
Yeah.
Some snarky asshole pro came on there, shared it to a page, and ringing us down. Specifically DJ, who he, I guess, knows on a personal basis.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, of course I come a little bit on the offense, and I'm like, hey man, we're not trying to step on any toes. I don't know, what your driving motive is to be a bully. I mean, we're just doing our thing. We don't bother you. Why you bother us? This dude was a total jerk off, continued to, stir the pot. And this other guy came on here and was pretty much defending us. Had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
Defending backyard wrestling as a whole. Later I would find out that was a star from FWL named Renegade, who was no longer with the company. And actually, since we began working alongside FWL, I've never met the guy. I've never actually met him, but he was kind of the one that was like, hey, we're based out of Fort Wayne, this is what we do, let me introduce you to our owner. And he sent me over to to J.J. Kelty.
And that's how it came to be.
That's how it came to be.
Pretty good story. It's nice that, to be honest, they call us backyard wrestlers. And to be honest, I mean, we do have a ring in a backyard. But to me, I think we're just as equal as independent promotions. Just we don't charge people for tickets. We don't wrestle in a venue. And we don't have all the insurance and all that stuff.
Right.
But we're going to get right into it. The first FWL superstar, probably my favorite. Don't text. Don't call me. If it ain't about the money, don't involve. Yeah, I got the whole song memorized. It's saved in my email, by the way. We're going to talk about none other than Jay Ellis. Tell me your opinions on Jay Ellis.
Big fish, small pond.
Kind of.
Jay Ellis is one of those. He's put on quite a few good matches in our ring. Not only is he a performer in ring, he's a performer outside the ring. You know that song he actually made. It's on Spotify. He'll tell you every single time.
Yeah.
But
in fact, the first time I met and actually talked to him, because I wasn't involved like the first couple I was involved with one FWL cross brand show, but like the first time I ever met him, he's like, "Hey, my name's Jay Ellis, blah 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 blah, and this is my song. I made it."
Yeah. Oh yeah. He makes sure that everybody knows that he made that song. But no, he's so outgoing. He's charismatic. I mean, Jay Ellis is the real deal. He's and when I say big fish in a small pond, it's nothing against JJ. He uses his resources for what he's got, but to be quite honest, I think Jay Ellis is too good for the superstars of this company.
Too good for superstars of our company?
Of FWL.
Okay, because they only have I think it's less than 10 superstars, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part, yeah.
So I understand what you're saying.
But yeah, I just think Jay Ellis is too good for where he's at.
All right, we're going to talk about next. We're going to talk about. I've seen a couple Facebook promos that was done for the XCW side for this guy. We're going to talk about Legend BT, also known as Ethan Rockwell.
Yeah.
I seen a promo, and I think it was a tag team promo that had to do with Ethan Rockwell. Was it Patrick O'Reilly?
Yeah.
And
Bloodbath and Beyond.
And I think I seen J.J. Kelty actually call him the Stutter Brothers or something like that. Tell me about Legend BT, also known as Ethan Rockwell.
BT. First of all, could never figure out what BT stood for. Legend BT. Never understood the gimmick. I don't understand anything about him. As a matter of fact, the reason why BT got an opportunity in XCW is because I seen something in making a character, and I made Ethan Rockwell. He kind of talks funny, and he's just this big goof. And I was like, man, if I made it the Outlaw, and he come out swinging beer, and he's from Texas, and he's just got this goofy persona. I'm like, I could probably do something with that. And to be honest, there's glimpse. I'm not gonna say all the time, but there's glimpse of him doing some pretty good in-ring work.
And I like the promos, like the drunk. I like the character.
Oh, here in Texas, we just kick ass. We don't sign contracts. For the most part, when it came to shooting a promo, I've had quite a few with him in Psychor, or a certain directive, like a match with him and Void, be pretty much what we told him he did. And that's one thing that I do respect about him, but he's also the type that will go on Facebook, ramble for 35 minutes about God knows what. Don't understand what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then it's just he's one of those guys who goes into business for himself. And I don't appreciate that.
So kind of like for the XCW people out there, Chuck.
Yeah. They're two peas in a fucking pod, are they? Whew. But no. He's the type of guy he just recently went on there and talked about how he was gonna come back to XCW and da-da-da-da-da. You know, this whole big fucking stink about all these things that he's gonna do, and there's no, despite what he says, ladies and gentlemen, there's no plans right now of him coming to XCW.
All right, we're going to save JJ Kelty for last, him being the actual owner and operator for FWL. We're going to go to Damian Black. I personally don't remember Damian Black, so it's going to be all you on this one.
Nobody's going to remember Damian Black because the dude literally wrestled one time. That's it.
Who is he? Like, explain.
I'm not sure. I want to say, I'm sure that JJ will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's the one that claimed that he was related to Dick the Bruiser or something. He's like his cousin or nephew or some relation or something.
Yeah.
He come in, they're pushing him hard. He had all these promos and special pages and all this stuff, and I think the kid literally wrestled once and quit. That's literally the whole story.
So no big opinion on Damian Black.
No, I don't have one. Other than that he's full of shit.
This next guy, I am kind of a fan of this guy. He's like our Brogan O'Shea to me. Like,
okay,
I think he kind of has potential if he could get there. We're talking about Banjo Coleman.
You're a fan?
I like Banjo Coleman.
He is the equivalent of XCW's nemesis, in my opinion. There's nothing worth using Banjo. I'm sorry. I don't see a single thing in Banjo.
I think he's our Brogan. He's their Brogan.
No. I disagree. There's nothing there for Banjo for me.
So what'd you think of, like, Banjo's wrestled a couple matches for XCW.
Yeah.
He wrestled. What'd you think of Banjo?
I put him with people that I know can trust to get him through the match. Purposely. Booked him with Hazard. I booked him with Brendan Stickle. Booked him with Tommy Merriman. I purposely booked him with those people because I knew that there was no way he was going to get through it otherwise.
I like Banjo Coleman. I mean, there's always room for improvement for everybody.
Oh, there's a lot for him.
We're going to go to a guy that I only got to meet once. And I met him and talked to him literally right before the big, we did the Cross Brand show. We had FWL versus XCW where they invaded. James Cerebral was supposedly on their side. Yeah. I wrestled James Cerebral. Then we had the big, like 4-on-4, 5-on-5.
6-on-6, I think.
Okay, and then we had this big spot where, me and JJ's working, we're working, everybody ends up going on the sides. Outside, JJ doesn't dive for the ropes. Mm-hmm. Barely anybody catches him, which I don't know why, but trust me, I feel you on people not catching you. And then we did, I did a moonsault onto the entire crowd of people, and somehow Psycho Wolf gets busted open. So tell me what you know and your opinions on Psycho Wolf.
Psycho Wolf, I think, had an amazing upside. Out of all the people when we started talking about, is there anyone from FWL that can jump ship and become an XCW roster member? Psycho Wolf was my very first one, as a matter of fact. Didn't care for the name, didn't care for the gimmick necessarily, but I see a pretty good upside with him. And unfortunately, we didn't get to do a whole lot with him after that, because rumor has it, his wife wouldn't let him.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes people choose loved ones or family over wrestling. It happens sometimes.
No, I mean like almost like a parent. You can't do this anymore kind of thing.
Okay, we're going to go.
I don't know much about that story. I just go by what higher ups in FWL tell me. So
next on the list, I know nothing about this guy. I don't know if I ever even met him. I'm talking about Frankenstein. Tell me about Frankenstein.
Frankenstein came in, worked with Legend BT as a tag team in our last tri-brand. He came out to a few XW shows. He's a good hand to help. I mean, he'll put up, take down. Guy, I mean, done a great job there, but needs some work. But I think he's got an upside. I think he could be He could be something special. As long as you get rid of that dumbass name.
Frankenstein. What do you want your name to be? Frankenstein.
30 packets of ketchup.
All right, last but not least, the owner and operator of FWL, Future Wrestling's Legends, and the one we probably have the most to talk about, none other than JJ Kelty.
Yeah, cold-hearted.
Cold-hearted.
He was cold-hearted demon when he started.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's longest tenured out of all of them to stick around in XCW.
Yeah.
He's actually been on the XCW roster to be a year as a Midwinter Warfare. So, I see a lot. JJ gave him an opportunity to wrestle Tommy Merriman in 2 back-to-back SummerManias. I gave him a run with the international title. I think JJ has an it factor. He's even got an opportunity to face you at Midwinter Warfare for the XW Championship.
That he does.
Yeah, I mean, JJ, he's a skilled guy. He's got some professional experience as well as backyard. On a personal level, nothing against him or his organization. I think he should cut the crap. FWL does nothing but give him stress. Guys ditch on him. He can't keep a roster. My opinion, if I were in his boots, I'd cut the crap. I would concentrate more on his XW career. Unfortunately, here lately, it seems like he's swept XCW under the rug, and that's something that we may need to revisit when it pertains to him being on our roster.
I agree with you a lot about JJ. He is an excellent talent. The first couple times I met him, really cool. Like, we got to work together. Like, he had to work that whole 6-on-6 match, essentially. He pretty much worked the whole fucking match.
Yeah.
The beginning, and then everybody got hit. Yeah, it was just fucking him. But I agree about more recently, like, kind of disrespectful. I mean, you probably know exactly what I'm going to talk about. My thing is we're allowing people to come work with us. We're allowing them to wrestle in a ring that you and Brendan and people paid for. If I'm gonna go to NEW, All-Star, WWE, TNA, anywhere, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to do? What am I not allowed to do and stuff like that? And I'm not, out of respect for the company, like nothing against JJ, I'm not going to do a super kick in somebody else's company if it's their finisher. Like, if I was coming to XCW, I'm not going to do a final breath. I'm not going to do Brendan Stickles DDT. Like,
right.
A side effect that's less, it's still you, but it's less meaningful than the final breath.
It's in this scenario, JJ does a super kick. He doesn't use it as a finisher. Somebody kicks out.
Then it makes it look weak when I try to use it for a finisher.
Exactly. Yeah.
But overall, I liked working with JJ. We have a match coming up at Midwinter. We had a big spat that could have got really bad at my return show, but I'm a professional when it comes to wrestling, and we're going to go out there and probably have one of the best matches of the year in the freezing fucking dick cold. So, normally I ask you to play Dave Meltzer, so we're going to do the same thing here. Not for the episode yet. Play Dave Meltzer for FWL as a whole and their superstars.
1 to 5 star, 1 be lowest, 5 highest.
Yes. And this does include some of the wrestling in XCW, so include that in their like superstar.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say them as a whole. If you watch their product, I give them maybe 1 1/4. It's pretty low. To me, they just don't have much to offer. They don't have. They only have their Facebook. They don't really have put together shows. Yeah. The lack of roster is hurtful to them. And
we know exactly how that feels.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like I said, that's nothing against JJ or the company.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of what they deal with.
Yeah.
When it pertains to what they've participated in with XCW, aside from what JJ's done as an active member of our roster. I guess maybe one more. I'll say 2.5.
2.5 out of 5 overall for the Superstars. I could pretty much agree with that. JLS is pretty big, as is JJ, so hopefully we get to work more with JLS. I haven't had much experience with him, but we're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, it's going to be all about XAWA.
It's the last time that I ask why. I'm overlooked and I'm passed by. You can't grasp my shit, that's fine. Can't see the truth through glass eyes. You're half blind. In fact, I'm on my way to the back nine. I'm coming out swinging the man on a mission and breaking new ground like a landmine. Can't stop my ambitions, can't stop my commitment. My very existence is winning the game. Every minute I'm giving, I'm thinking of living the different. You live it the same, a vivid display. What are you thinking? I'm building the vision, you're thinking the grave. I'm in a position to have an opinion. Don't need your permission to give it away. Give it a rest, this is the end. You cannot prevent what you're fighting against. We live in the shit, we didn't pretend. We're the percentage you'll never forget. Look at the math, look at what's left. You can't represent what you couldn't accept. Since the beginning I knew you were ignorant. That is a difference you can't understand. What would you do with nothing to lose? Nothing to live for but something to prove. You don't have a clue, you gotta confuse. You couldn't walk 20 steps in our shoes. Every minute you're talking for you. Can't run from the truth, it's coming for you. We are the many and you are the few. We are the future. It's a new day in a new way. The future brings a new game, a view change, a crusade. It's a journey to the new age. So you may want to take this time to pack a suitcase. We're coming, you're going, cause we are the chosen. Yeah, this is our moment, you're too late. That's it, I have spoken, I told you it's hopeless. You thought I was joking, but when did I laugh? The smile you noticed was me overflowing from joy and emotion from ending the past. Sending it back like something was open, like something was broken, it went in the trash. Day one is over, the future's approaching, the embers are glowing, we're spreading the ash. I'm flipping the script, spinning the shit. You've been a victim, 6-6 in the kick. You finished the 10, I'm swinging the miss. You're dead in the wind cause your wings have been clipped. We're giving it lift, you're wishing you did. You're stuck in the middle and sinking again. You are the end, we are where it begins. We are the future.
If it ain't about the money, don't involve me.
That's why VIP.
And we're back. The first half of the episode was all about FWL, Future Wrestling Legends. And now we're going to get into a bigger roster, so it's going to be a little longer. And we're going to talk about XAWA. What does XAWA stand for, and how did that come to be in XCW?
So XAWA, I believe, stands for Extreme Anarchy Wrestling Association.
Because I had no idea, so I wanted to ask you and see if you did.
Yeah, that's what it stands for. See, things came to be, I want to say, man, this one's a little more foggy than the FWL one for some reason. I want to say Will Smith came to us. It was just talking about, you know, what they do and who they've got, and that they're pretty much that he was glad to see that there there was other companies out there.
Yeah.
We kind of became a mutual friend. Told him, hey, we do this stuff with FWL. Maybe we could get you guys involved, do a little thing. So if you watch the second invasion there, the second tri-brand, you'll see XAWA kind of come in and, stick their flag on the ground and say, we're here too. And they weren't a part of the very first one as much as they would be later on when high rank and stuff like that came around. But they made their mark in the first one, and to be honest, I thought that they were quite impressive in their first outing.
So. It really, a lot of the tri-brand, cross-brand shows tend to be, on the weekends that I work, so I don't get to participate in many of them. But I remember watching, and same with you, I like the debut and everything. There was one thing that confused me. There was a Battle Royal. I believe that's when they kind of made, a big debut. And why was Cyrus Mason attacking his own XAWA people?
Oh, in a Battle Royal, it's everybody for himself, right?
I know, but it's like an invading company. That's just the only thing that confused me about that. He was kicking his own people's ass.
I want to say that they were trying to shoot their own storylines.
Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe Mason was in a storyline with that person.
Okay.
And I know that they were doing the chair spots on the outside and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that had something to do. They did something with that on Worldwide where it was a storyline that led into what they were doing. So,
but also made it look like Cyrus Mason was the owner back then, which we know Cyrus Mason is kind of.
He actually was.
Oh, he was the owner.
He was. Blackheart and Cyrus Mason were co-owners.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get right into this. We're gonna talk about. I'm fans of a few of these people. We're gonna talk about probably one of the best gimmicks in XAWA. We're going to talk about Adrian Hollow, which if you go back in the XAWA, way back in the fucking history books, I think he was also known as Bonkers before he went to an insane asylum. Tell me what you think about Adrian Hollow.
Well, for some reason or another, the first few times XAWA came here, and we were just getting to know him, there was no mention of Adrian Hollow. I had no idea who Adrian Hollow was.
Yeah.
Of course, I got late in the game on trying to watch their product, and I can honestly say there's a lot of their product that I haven't watched. Hit and miss. It's hard to keep up with my own damn product.
Yeah.
We all put out so much content all the time. It's hard to keep up. But I was like, man, and I believe I even asked Will, who the hell is Adrian Hollow? Why?
Yeah.
Why is your world champion not here at one of our tri-brands? And I think they said that he made a leave of absence or something, and so on. He wasn't wrestling and participating, and he came back and he had that new Adrian Hollow gimmick.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the final tri-brand show that we did in 2019 that I got an opportunity to meet Adrian.
Yeah.
And he worked one-on-one with Venom to start the show. Very respectful, very nice dude. He's intimidating as all hell. He's huge. Man, yeah, I am a huge Adrian Hollow fan. I love the character idea. I love how they built him.
The Book of Hollow.
Yeah, all of it. 5 stars for Adrian Hollow, in my opinion. I love it. And this is coming from a guy who hates gimmicks with face paint.
Yeah.
So
I've never met Adrian Hollow, and he gets pretty much the same rating for me as well. I've never met him. Hopefully one day I'll be able to. Maybe get a weekend off for a cross brand or something, but work schedules. Next. I like this guy too. I don't know how you feel about this guy, but we're going to talk about Deacon Storm. And I'm going to say what I like about Deacon Storm first. It's weird how we could go an entire day without him talking to us at all. But when Deacon comes out for his entrance, he actually talks. He shows energy. Where the hell is that outside I mean, you can talk to us. We don't bite.
Right, yeah. No, I give him shit for that all the time.
So what do you think about Deacon?
Deacon's a good guy with a lot of upside. Deacon's actually a member of the XAW's roster right now, a member of Heart of the Storm with Blackheart. I like Deacon a lot. On a personal level, I think he's great. He was even a trooper if you watch Viewer's Choice Awards, which is now on our YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a spot at the beginning of the show where myself, Hazard, and Genocide are looking for you.
I don't think I've seen this.
And we actually ran into Deacon Storm, and he was cool as a cucumber, and he's like, I hadn't seen him. You'd have to watch it. It's really funny, and the way that he handles himself in the promo is awesome. My biggest issue with Deacon is he's energetic. He puts a lot into his character when he comes out. He has a lot to say on his way to the ring, but he's not a promo. I want to take 2020 as a way to try to get Deacon out of his shell.
Yeah.
I don't think that Deacon could hold up in the XCW singles right now. I think that he needs the crutch of Blackheart. Unfortunately for Blackheart, I do think that Blackheart could handle his own. But I think we got to get Deacon more comfortable, break him out of his shell, help him with some mic skills. There's an upside to Deacon. I'm really excited to see what he brings to the table this year.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a knock on him. A lot of people, the camera light turns on. Some people are just, they just, like you said, they need to break out of the shell. I was the same way. Like I couldn't cut a promo first entire year I fucking wrestled, but then look at people like me and Tommy now. Tommy couldn't even say his own name right the first time he got a promo. Yeah. Tommy the main Merriman. It's man.
Yeah. But Deacon, Deacon had a couple of singles matches this year. Brendan Stickle and Corey Lee, and I think he's got a lot to learn.
All right, we're gonna go to also Deacon Storm. Also under the tutelage, I almost forgot to mention this, of Mint Dragon. They had a no moss match, by the way. I don't know if you caught that. I did. But Deacon Storm under the tutelage, losing to Mint Dragon, in that match. And next, we're going to go straight to Mint Dragon. Mint Dragon, I don't know too much about. I mean, obviously, you've talked to Blackheart and people like that more. What do you know about Mint Dragon?
Her and I have had a few conversations. She's a different kind of cat. She came to Viewer's Choice Awards, which I really appreciate. I'm glad that she made it out. She hasn't made it to very many XCW shows, one or two maybe. She's energetic. She's outgoing. She's eager. To me, her up against guys, I just don't know how far she can go.
Yeah.
Without having other women present. I guess now Tessa Blanchard just won the Impact title. I guess women can win world titles, but
and Tessa Blanchard's actually been wrestling guys for a while. There's so many independent companies, hard to remember the name, but there's one that's kind of like a circus type. It looks like a circus type venue, but like she's wrestled Brian Cage there a few times. A lot of people. Brian Cage is
he's a monster.
He's not a man. He's a machine, as he likes to say. So, I mean, it's possible.
It is possible. It's just not. I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to break out of that shell, and you got to do different things in wrestling. And as of right now, it's just tough. It's a tough sell. It's still a tough sell. I mean, I don't know if you've heard. You don't get online much, but. Like Booker T had some comments about the Tessa Blanchard situation, and he's just like, oh well, does it degrade the rest of the fellow male superstars the fact that they can't beat this woman? Like where do you go from here?
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing with Mint Dragon. I don't know if she should have just been used as more of a character and let her, break out and work a little, or try to build more of a women's division, but it's hard to tell.
It's something you have to build in a certain way. It's kind of like what AEW has to do with Orange, not being a female, but Orange Cassidy. Like, he's a special type of character, and you got to build them a certain way, or they just die.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump from Mint Dragon to her half brother, El Loco Rojo. Tell me about El Loco Rojo. He's not been seen, as far as I know. I'm sure Blackheart will correct us. He's not been seen since wrestling Mint Dragon at Anarchy
Coliseum.
Yes.
Yeah, where I know Armstrong, I believe is his name, the commentator.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have very many good words for El Loco Rojo. That's one thing I'll give Rojo. I think he was a good heel.
Yes, very good.
I don't know much about him otherwise. I know he wrestled Void in our past Tri-Brand, but he comes off as a good heel. He kind of reminds me of the chunky brother of LOL or something.
LOL not quite such a good. I mean, LOL could be a good heel, but
LOL is great.
we're gonna jump from the MIA missing in action El Loco Rojo to someone that we don't really know a lot about. I mean, I just showed you a little earlier. We're gonna talk about Cyrus Mason and Katana, but before we get Cyrus Mason, we're gonna talk about Katana. Do you know anything about Katana?
Not
It's just all
a
me.
single freaking thing.
All right,
Nothing. Zero.
Out of the shows I've watched, Katana I think is on the newer side. I haven't been able to watch the.
I believe she's been out maybe to one of the Tri-Brands, but I've never spoken to her. Didn't even know that she was a character in the show.
She is. From what we know, she accompanies Cyrus Mason to the ring. Do you think that's a positive thing for Cyrus Mason?
Sure.
You actually know Cyrus Mason.
I mean, I'm not really sure what the point of her being there is. They don't really do much with the character.
Yeah.
Cyrus Mason can cut a hell of a promo by himself, so I'm not really sure if using her. It's not as a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Bodyguard? I don't know. There needs to be more of an explanation to me as to why she was chosen to be with him.
Okay. And
is it a relationship? I don't know.
And we're going to take one more short commercial break, and when we come back from this one, straight to the end, and we're going to start with Cyrus Mason after the break.
What do you say? No!
We're back, going straight to the end. You know, we're talking about XAWA. Before the break, we talked about the manager, Katana. And now we're going into the person that she accompanied to the ring. We're going to Cyrus Mason, Patrick O'Reilly's twin. No, I'm just kidding, not his twin brother, but kind of looks similar. We're talking about Cyrus Mason here.
I think Cyrus Mason and Patrick might have had a match at high rank. I'm not sure though. But Cyrus, good guy. Him and I have had quite a few conversations. He's easy to talk to. Amazing upside, as a matter of fact. He wasn't very available when it pertained to doing United Championship matches. And stuff like that. I know he's been dealing with injury and so on and so forth, but I thought Cyrus, man, there's a reason why I put him going as far as I did in the tournament, because he brought it, and I think that his character was outgoing. I mean, he was always the first one out there, when they debuted. I mean, he was to me, of the group, he was the standout.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out with the bandana on, and the hat, and he doing his taunt, he stood out huge to me right off the bat. I mean, he's the one that cut the promo on FWL and XCW. If they are in fact losing them like I've been told, it's that's a low blow. It really hurts for them.
And like we don't know, like I said, I don't have a lot of social media presence currently, but that will be changing very soon. And you said Cyrus Mason does have some injury issues, similar to DJ Wahlberg. Sucks being made of glass. But hopefully everything works out with Cyrus Mason. And I've never got to meet Cyrus Mason, so I would like to meet Cyrus Mason, as you said. I've watched all the Tri-Brand shows. I don't go through and watch all the XAW matches. I pick and choose the important matches, and I watch all the promos, and I watch all the Tri-Brand stuff. And like you said, the first show, he was a standout. He cut the promo. He was leading the fucking charge.
Yep, he sure was.
So after Cyrus Mason, also, something that kind of confuses me about Cyrus Mason, he has been grouped or is a tag team partner with the next person we're going to talk about. Another one of my favorites. I'm a fan. Tell me about Nightmare.
Nightmare, I can't say enough good things about Nightmare, honestly. I think he does great work in the ring. His match at High Rank with Jay Ellis, phenomenal. And his match with Genocide for the United title was just 10 steps even better than his match with Jay Ellis. I've even been in talks with him possibly joining the XAWA roster. The dude is awesome. I think if I had to pick, no offense to Blackheart and Deacon Storm, which, I mean, obviously I have a place in my heart for being on the XAWA roster, but if they said point out anybody, I mean, Adrian Hollow and Blackheart and all those guys are on my top, but Nightmare's my guy.
Yeah, he's really good. I watched that Tri-Brand show, and I'm sure we'll mention a couple other aspects of that Tri-Brand show. But match of the show, in my opinion, was Nightmare
Genocide.
Nightmare and Genocide.
I agree. Absolutely.
He's got an excellent gimmick. I like his gear. Seems kind of nuts to me, which I like.
Yep. He cuts good promos. He cut a hell of a promo. He's got that deep raspy voice, and he'll even have to say anything loud. Like he gets his point across. I love it. I just love it.
Great.
It reminds me of a Jake the Snake Roberts promo.
And it's great because that's not how he sounds when he talks to you normal.
Yeah.
Which is what I like. Like if you go in like wrestling as yourself, which it's his face, he's not wearing a mask or anything like that, and like he changes his voice for that promo, like you said, like Jake the Snake Roberts and such. Now, we're going to go to a masked character. Excuse me, we're going to talk about former XAWA Hardcore Champion, former Heavyweight Champion, I do believe.
If we're referring to Taven?
We're talking about
Absolutely.
We're talking about Taven. Tell me about Taven.
I know that he's one of the most dominant forces in XAWA history as champion.
Yes.
We even had Taven and Venom at High Rank, champion versus champion, and the guy under the mask makes it, and he's gold. And since he doesn't speak our language or whatever, he's got Cornelius Wolfsburg out there as his manager, which is a unique pairing. But Taven is a unique character.
People who watch us, I actually was talking to Nightmare backstage one day from XAWA, and he showed me this promo. So at some point, if you're watching this, you should go check out. There's a promo where Taven was being transported by Wolfsburg in a wagon, and Wolfsburg loses control of this wagon.
Oh boy!
And for Taven being as dominant of a force as Taven is supposed to be, this promo was hilarious, and it made him look like a fucking sissy. So anybody watching out here, you need to go check out that promo. I can't remember what show it is, but you can check out the XAW archives. And mentioning Wolfsburg, that's our next person we're going to talk about, Cornelius Wolfsburg. Tell me about him.
I love the mask. I love the fact that he can control it and it actually talks. He now hosts his own show. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not
It's
seen
called, I forget what the name is, like XAWA or something like that. And they go online. It's him and Chaos Zero and Deacon Storm, and they sit on this couch. They watch back all these backyard wrestling companies, and they pick them apart. He's entertaining. He's hilarious.
Yes. And
Not really an XCW cup of tea.
Yeah.
But he's hilarious.
He's similar to the fact of like a Grim Reaper type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, also, Wolfsburg being the manager of Taven, if you go back and watch XAWA Laid to Rest, Taven turns on Wolfsburg and takes Wolfsburg out. So, Wolfsburg, I'm assuming no longer with Taven. I'm assuming we'll find out in 2020 when XAWA starts back up.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to jump to... Well, we're going to say Blackheart for last. Who's next? We're going to say Blackheart for last, being the owner and operator. We're going to go to someone I don't like.
Okay.
And it's weird because I've never met him. But we're going to talk about Chaos Zero. Tell me about Chaos Zero.
Yeah, Chaos Zero. Played by a guy named Travis. He's a down to earth guy. He hasn't been. I don't know. I haven't had much communication with him.
Yeah.
So I don't really know him on a personal level. Just what little bit I've worked with him. I hate the gimmick. I hate the Chaos Zero gimmick. I get it. It's supposed to be a comedy gimmick. He's clumsy, or eating candy bars laid to rest, all that stuff. But I don't know. I hate the gimmick. I don't like I don't like the moves that he does. I don't like the character. I don't like it. I don't know. I'm with you.
We're completely in agreement on the majority of everything here. Next, we're going to jump from Chaos Zero to a mask guy, the Ogre. Tell me about the Ogre.
Yeah, he's like the other half of Chaos Zero.
Yes, like when he puts on the mask, he transforms.
So I don't know
completely.
if you've seen this. There's a match.
The tag team match?
There's a tag team match with
I know
himself and Alien against Blackout 8, me and Hazard.
Yes.
They're like, oh, watch this promo. Okay. And then we'll react to that promo. We'll shoot our own.
Yeah.
They have a better editing ability than I do.
Yeah.
When it pertains to XW. They can do some things that I wish that I knew how to do and could do, and hopefully one day can. But, watching their stuff where they're in the creepy basement and stuff, it's really neat. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I know that it's not exactly his fault. I believe he had some type of cancer or some throat issues, and his voice is raspy, and sometimes it's hard to understand it. And then he plays this character where, he talks like this. It's hard to understand. It's hard to get behind. And in my opinion, the promos are way too overproduced. Like, I enjoy the editing. I enjoy the creepiness. We've done it with Nightmare Devil and stuff like that in XW. But to me, they overproduced, and they made a 6-minute promo, and 3 minutes of it is going through dungeons and stuff. It's just, you lost me. You lost me before you even spoke.
Yeah.
And then when you do start speaking, I don't understand what you're saying, and there's not a single reference to me or Hazard in that promo. They knew specifically that they were wrestling Blackout 8. It did not make a single mention of us in the promo. I don't like that.
I don't know if it's because I've been hitting the head a lot over the years, because I've taken a lot of weapon shots. We both know that. I don't remember this promo at all. And
it's on the Tri-Brand.
And I watched the Tri-Brand show.
Yeah, it's in there. But I just, nothing sold me on it. They could have easily. They talked about Land of Monsters and all that stuff, and they're trying to get their character over, and I get it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And Hazard and I did our best to combat it. You know, hey, we came from a lane of monsters. We got guys like Max Destruction and, you know, and all these guys. But
Try to time it.
we actually singled them out, whereas they didn't have anything to say about us. And it's just a weird disconnect.
All right.
I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy him or Ogre. And this is going to top it all off. They totally, 100% no-sold every single thing that I did in the ring. And I can honestly say that has never, in my almost 20 years wrestling, never have I wrestled someone who no-sold everything I did.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I was pretty hot.
That was one thing I knew that you'd be offended by. And,
There's a way to get your character, you know, you're going to have these big, beefy, don't take bumps, you know, destroy everybody, Venom-style characters. But you're still wrestling an almost 300-pound guy and an almost 500-pound guy.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Of Fletch and Hazard, and you're not bumping for us?
Yeah,
Like,
Hazard's 6'3".
I get it, you're trying to play off your character, you're the dude character, whatever that character is. But if you look at your stature compared to what a Black-Eyed Ink is, and you're not going to take that bump, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I completely agree. And since we're already on the topic, let's go ahead and talk about the Alien.
Alien is like the sub person of Will Smith. And
Yes.
Same kind of thing. I don't like the character. I don't like the way they're doing it. I think if you're going to have a mask character, if you're going to have a sub character like that, don't at all associate them with the character out of the mask. I don't understand it. They've explained it to me. I don't want to understand it. I don't get it. I don't like it. Next.
Yeah, even we had our meeting yesterday, as of this recording being the day after, I think someone was talking about another show or something and wanting to use, the Grim Reaper character or something like that. And we all know who the person is, but I'm like, why would he have Grim Reaper's outfit? Even to the other wrestlers, I still play stupid most of the time. We're going to go to a guy that neither of us know much about. We've seen him. He wrestled Chaos Zero, I think. We're going to talk about Maximus. And I don't know what her name is because I didn't get to catch it. He was accompanied by a lady with a briefcase.
I have no idea who the hell they are.
You don't remember Maximus wrestling Chaos Zero?
I seen it. Ignored it. Never met him. No clue.
Alright, so
Obviously, he's not very important. I've seen other of their shows and he was never involved.
Alright, so second to last. I saved him specifically for second to last because he's one of the important factors here. We're going to talk about Will Smith.
Kind heart. Great guy. Very reliable.
Yeah.
Had an unfortunate accident, and I think he was pretty professional about it. He didn't blame anyone. He didn't, he didn't point any fingers. And he shouldn't. It was a freak accident. It's unfortunate. I like Will. I like Will a lot. I hate his alien character. I think get rid of that. He should focus on the Enigma machine. He was the first official XAWA guy to cross over.
Yep.
I really like Will. He's the one that got the ball rolling with the whole situation. I hope that once he heals and everything goes back to normal, that we'll see him again.
Yeah, it's it sounds cliche, but I'm going to say it. They don't call it high risk for no reason. He didn't have the ladder all the way open. We had the unfortunate incident at the late Halloween Havoc and the Money in the Bank match. So as you, I hope he recovers well, and we'll call it an accident like that. I hope it doesn't. I don't want to say scare, but scar him mentally so much that he doesn't want to come back. Because sometimes shit like that happens.
Right.
He
made his official retirement announcement at Viewer's Choice. But deep down, knowing him and how he is, he was hurt, and the next week he was sending me messages, man, that's something I would do. And it's just like, yeah, you know, he's in the hospital telling me, oh, you see that thumbtack spot? I would love to do that, you know, and it's just like.
It sounds cliche, but once again, never say never.
That's right.
Last on the list, the owner, the operator, the editor. We're going to talk about...
Announcer, the referee.
We're going to talk about none other than Blackheart, and I'll let you go first on this.
From the bottom of my freaking heart, I love Blackheart. He's a little outlandish at times, a little out there at times. Great guy, creative. I mean, they have creative stories.
Yeah.
They do some innovative, creative stuff, and he's the brainchild of all that. Like, it's a brainchild of his, and I think he does well at the ring. I know he works professional shows as a referee. He's a class act. He's reliable. I'd put Blackheart over any day. I think he's great. I think, of course, there's some things in the ring that we can all work on.
Yeah.
And I know he doesn't work in a ring on XAWA, so. But I think Blackheart's great. He does a great job. I'm happy to have him on board.
Yeah, he's a little more respectful about the finisher situation.
He absolutely was, yes.
And I'm very appreciative that he was more respectful about it. And I'm assuming at some point, unless freak accident XAW ends tomorrow, I'm assuming at some point I'll be involved with Blackheart or XAWA. FWL not nearly as much because we currently only have JJ as full time on the roster.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be involved with Blackheart at some point, and I'd like to make something happen with that. So now we're talking about XAWA as a company.
Okay.
There's a lot that I like. Clearly, the editing is on point. Love the XAWA editing, and there's a couple things I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a big proponent about, we'll say, kayfabe.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, if you've watched No False Finish Season 1 or 2, Venom's not been on my show.
Right.
Because clearly I was feuding Venom for literally like 2 years.
Correct.
Venom's I like to keep kayfabe alive. Like, when I was a heel, I would go to Walmart and people would be mad at me because I sprayed Tommy in the face with a fire extinguisher. I would shit you not. I'd have little kids like trying to hit me at fucking Walmart when I'm grocery shopping because I fucking sprayed Tommy. It's a wrestling show. You don't gotta attack me at Walmart. But the thing is, we watched a few shows. You showed me a show a long time ago that I've watched stuff personally. I prefer for wrestlers to not be out at ringside where they can be seen on camera. Even if they're like not talking to some of their feuding, but like in general, like Venom is a big one. He's always outside the audience, and like you can turn sideways, you can hide, but we see you, Venom. And XAWA, they like to just relax, and that's fine. But I personally, as a person, like I wouldn't want to see Randy Orton's feuding AJ Styles right now. I don't want to see like AJ Styles just like chilling out in the crowd unless it's storyline related.
Right.
You know, watching Randy Orton talking to his family.
Right.
That's personally what I have, and I prefer like some of that area to be like covered up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I agree. And also keeping the kayfabe thing alive. I don't agree with the fact that I understand giving credit where credit is due when it pertains to, but to give away the real identity of the characters in your show, keep some of that alive.
Oh, the credits, yeah.
And the credits, I mean, you're giving away who the actual people are. You're giving away who your masked characters are. You know, it shows Travis as Chaos Zero, and then it shows Travis as the Ogre. Okay, it's obvious.
Yeah.
But let's not. You know, let's not go out there and say, hey, this is who this is. You know, like keep a little of that mystique alive. I enjoy that. I like that.
I like not knowing and wondering.
We do an opening credit versus an ending credit.
Yeah.
And that opening credit just introduces you to the stars of the show without giving you, it doesn't say so-and-so playing as so-and-so.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it's just, keep the mystique, keep the kayfabe, we shouldn't be friends, we should.
And it's funny because, we did it's clearly, everybody knows who LOL is.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, you know who LOL is. But you didn't know who LOL was when he was wrestling a tag team match as Genocide's partner against Chris Jones and Barry Knobs.
That's right. It's a mystique. How's this happen? How's Flesh versus Nightmare? How'd that happen? Well,
someone that
Jeff, Buster, and Nightmare in the same car together, talking to each other. How'd that happen? People don't know because we didn't tell them.
Yeah. And you go back, it's clearly who Psycho Circus Clown was for a very long time, but there are other people who play Psycho Circus. You go back and you watch an old show, Psycho Circus Clown's choke slamming Chris Jones.
Yeah.
It's I agree. I like not knowing. I want to wonder. For the longest time, your wife, who's been in the show since 2004, didn't know the masked characters were.
Right.
They wanted to try to guess.
Yeah, bugged us all the time about it.
We wouldn't fucking tell them. But overall, rate XAWA.
Well,
and their superstar.
You're gonna knock off a little bit for kill the kayfabe. A little bit for the overproducing, in my opinion. But out of 5, I still give
maybe got to factor in
3 3/4.
3 and 3.
Almost 4.
That's pretty good because, like you said, Adrian Hollow 5 stars, Nightmares.
Give them a ring and they're an easy 4.
Yeah, Nightmare 5 stars, and they got a lot of good talent.
Good talent, yeah.
But that's gonna be it for No False Finish episode 1. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, season 3. We're gonna be here for 10 more episodes. Now, like I said, I don't know if I'm doing a season 4. This guy's gonna try to talk me into it. We'll see. But we'll be back with episode 2, where it's this man taking over. See you then.
Keep it real, I've been doing what I feel. I've been out here trying to kill every beat. I know I will. Everything I'm working on, every night another song. They've been quiet all along. They gon' notice when I'm gone.
Everybody wanna copy you, but they're not you. Everybody wanna be cool, but they're not new. Whoa, look how I go. Gonna be a dentist, I still got the flow. Never gonna lose cause I'm still doing both. Never gonna lose cause I've been on the road. Come to your state and I'm killing the show. Know that I'm young and I still gotta grow. Know that I'm working the most, know I'm never gonna choke. And I'm looking back down on the people below.
I've been keeping real, I've been doing